Come with soft focus as we retreat from the world and into the woods in search of some forgotten herbal remedy for pollution, parking tickets, hideous condominiums, creeping fascism, and cloddish, power-tripping police. In between walks around the lake and contemplating existence, we'll interview some of the most intriguing artists of this underground rock and roll culture we covet as our own remedy for the awful square world's music industry. You know, such people as Buzz Osbourne, singer, composer, guitar player for the Melvins. A fearless pioneer, Buzz is relentless as performer and producer of undefinable, incendiary, and peerless music. I can't wait to speak with him.
You guys are playing later today, right?
Yeah, late tonight sometime. Later, past my bedtime, actually. Oh. Super nice, don't you think?
That's courteous.
Gorgeous.
How much does this room cost?
Are there a lot of people out there?
Yeah. No.
Well, thank you very much for coming. Soft Focus, the show, continues its proud tradition of interviewing the most influential and exciting musicians of this age and any other. Buzz Osbourne from the Melvins. Let's have a round of applause.
Thanks for coming.
So,
I want to tell everybody, though, just so you guys know, I stopped drinking whiskey, and I started taking a lot more acid.
what do you think there's a really psychedelic thing happening with music?
There is?
Well, don't you think? It seems to me like people don't really want to be, in the old days, people wanted Gene Pitney to sing them a song about the man who shot Liberty Valance. But now people just want this kind of feeling, like a feeling, you know? They're hooked on a feeling.
No, I don't know. I think that's called ecstasy, isn't it? They're hooked on a lot of stuff. That's the problem. Everybody's addicted to something.
What are you addicted to?
Nothing.
But you work really hard.
Reading. I'm into reading, actually. I'm addicted to it. Breathing. I mean, I'm addicted to food as well.
Yeah.
I get really grumpy and irritated when I can't get it. I get sick.
Yeah.
I start to die. Now, heroin addicts will tell you. Heroin addicts will tell you they're going to die, but they never die. Yeah. You wish they would die, but they never die. They just keep going on and on, like the Energizer bunny.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what that bunny's full of, heroin.
You are addicted to work, though.
Yeah, I like to work.
Yeah, you produce. You're enormously
enormous.
Prolific.
Yeah. You know, it's been a great fear of mine of being broke. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
The other one is working at a fast food place or something. That's a big fear of mine as well.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, when I was in high school, I tried to get a job at McDonald's and Burger King and got turned down on both. That's the truth.
Well.
No.
Well.
We don't need you.
Well, yeah, I wanted to ask you because we're in Monticello, New York, and Monticello reminds me kind of the Northwest.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
And you're not from Aberdeen. A lot of people think you're from Aberdeen, but you're actually from Montesano.
Montesano. Yeah.
So tell me about that.
That was horrible. When the Columbine thing happened, I understood exactly what those kids were thinking, pretty much.
Really?
Yeah, you know. I mean, I think everybody that goes to high school pretty much wants to burn the place down at one point. I mean, don't you think? Kill a bunch of people. Yeah. It's hard for me to go out of the house now without wanting to kill people, so. Imagine when you're like a doped up teen, you know, playing video games. That's the thing. It's the video games that'll kill you.
What about the Beatles video game?
I haven't seen it.
Well, I mean, what do you think of it? Because you do a lot of there's a lot of Melvins toys, and which kind of invokes the early Beatles, pure exploitation. Yeah,
we're just like the Beatles without the money. That's what it is. Pretty much. Or the record sales, which would mean more money.
Well, it's interesting because I always quote you. I read an interview with you where you said, and this was a long time ago, but you were like, they were like, how many records did Melvin sell? And you were like, About 10,000 a record. That's punk gold. And I've always said 10,000's punk gold, but now nobody can sell 10,000.
No. So it's punk rock platinum now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I don't think people really understand what's going to happen. The key with this internet downloading, what's going to happen is there's going to stop being people investing money in music.
Yeah.
Therefore, there won't be another, Beatles type of thing. They only invested money in them because they were going to make money. Don't you people understand?
So it's just a business model, and the business model is
It's always business. That's how it ends up working. I mean, I want to make my living playing music. That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
So in order to do that, you have to have money, one way or another.
Yeah.
Where were we?
Oh, Montesano, McDonald's and Burger King.
Yeah.
And
Also, I tried to get a job as the guy who walked around a drive-in with a flashlight, and they said,
"Hey, stop that!"
No, you're not qualified to do that job either.
Wow. There's no more drive-ins anymore.
I think the reason they stopped doing drive-ins is because people kept getting shot at them.
Oh, really?
I think so. Maybe that's not true. It's internet downloading destroyed the drive-in industry as well.
Columbine at the drive-in. So
They have drive-by, which I always thought that Los Angeles drive-bys would be the greatest name for a sporting team.
oh yeah, that's good.
Drive-bys. We're playing the drive-bys. But we always thought it'd be better to do, instead of a drive-by shooting, I want to do a stroll-by shooting.
Yeah, casual. Casual.
You're
yeah.
dead, and you're dead. You're dead. Walking.
So sports. You like baseball.
I do.
And you play golf.
I do. I started playing golf a few years ago.
Now, Miles Davis at the Isle of Wight, well, Miles Davis was married to this woman, Betty Davis. And Betty Davis turned him on. Yeah. Not that Betty Davis, the other Betty Davis. Anyway, she turned him on to Hendrix and the groovy, psychedelic artists. And then, and he got really competitive, and he wanted to challenge Jimi Hendrix to a kind of band duel. And
But instead
why
they just did a bunch of blow.
That's why he played Isle of Wight. So
Really?
Does that sound like something that would be interesting to you?
Doing blow with Hendrix? Sure. I would do it.
No, I mean, like challenging
Challenging
a
Hendrix,
group.
yeah.
No, here at ATP, challenging
To a
another
golf
group.
game?
No, to like a battle of the bands.
Well, my idea of Battle of Bands might be different than yours, though. Because what I think is there should be 6 bands set up in a circle, all playing at once.
Who's in?
Go.
Who's in the middle?
The audience,
Oh.
This is amazing! Everybody's looking around. Wow! Sounds like shit. That's the Battle of the Bands. I mean, how do you win a Battle of the Bands,
Yeah.
We won. Yeah, great.
So you don't think you're gonna win ATP?
I'm not gonna win anything.
This is what I want to know. Okay, the Melvins kind of created a whole genre of music, maybe a type of music.
Maybe.
And I'm not blowing smoke up your ass when I say that you're one of the most influential bands, one of the most imitated groups. And I'm not putting anybody down because I think it's great to be influenced by things. But anyway, how did you get this idea for this unusual music that you make?
I don't know. I mean, you play music, you try to come up with things that are interesting to you. And I've always thought that I had good taste.
Yeah.
Seems obvious.
Is that the most important thing in a group, to have good taste?
Well, I think you should trust your own judgment. That's it. I always thought that I had good taste, therefore other people will like what I do.
Yeah.
If I like it, other people will like
I
it
think
because
that's
I have
true.
good taste.
Is that why Hollywood's so bad now? Because
Probably.
they're making movies based on kind of like, what are people gonna like?
Yeah, I've never done that. I've never concerned myself with that, actually. What will people like? Maybe if we actually sold a ton of records, I might, but that never happened.
What about the thing that a lot of people notice, like the context of the Melvins in the beginning is really everybody's trying to be as fast as possible, and it's this whole tension thing, slow.
Yeah, some of it was, certainly.
Is that because of the Northwest and the rain?
No, nah. We were just drunk. No, we liked bands like Flipper and Black Flag, and they were playing slow stuff, and as well as a lot of other metal bands.
Yeah.
I never hated heavy metal.
Yeah.
Everybody
you didn't
always
know
hates
that you were
heavy
supposed to hate heavy metal.
Yeah, I didn't get the memo.
Yeah.
I don't get any memos now. Nobody asks me anything.
Do you still enjoy heavy metal?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Lux Interior said, it's rebel music. That's right, it's rebel music. That's one thing I like about it.
Yeah.
Most of them are pretty, what attracted me to heavy metal, especially when we started playing, was I always thought the drummers were really good.
Yeah.
So what we wanted was a heavy metal drummer. That's what we wanted. That's what we ended up with.
Is Dale Crover a heavy metal drummer?
Absolutely, at heart.
So when you and Dale write music, is there some kind of telepathy going on? Or is there intuition?
God forbid he should know what I'm thinking.
How do you maintain this relationship for so long? It's
What's the word? Trust and understanding?
Yeah.
I don't trust him, he doesn't understand me. I don't know. I like to say stuff like that. None of it's true. Of course not.
No, I was going to ask you, okay, so when the Melvins play, it's there's always a theme. Typically, when I see you play live, you think of a new theme, like once you toured with Leif Garrett.
Well, we did a few shows with Leif.
Oh.
Touring might be a little bit of an overstatement.
Then you played with Jello.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. How do you keep? Is this just a way to keep inspired and keep?
Well, the Leif thing we thought would be funny, and apparently we were the only ones that thought it was funny. I mean, we thought Burned Out 70s Child Star does Smells Like Teen Spirit with the Melvins. That sounds pretty funny to me. And everybody else went, eh. Oh well. You know what's really funny about that? At that point, he was having some kind of argument with Howard Stern. I don't know about what, but they were like, oh, they want you guys to go on Howard Stern, and then we found out that Howard doesn't think that this is funny and it's in bad taste that we did that. I was like, Howard Stern! A guy who has chicks on their deep-throating bananas thinks that we're doing, wow, you know? Interesting.
Yeah.
Confidentially, I get my wigs from the same place he does. Just so you know. I'm interested to know, how does he expect us to believe that Louis XIV haircut he's got is actual?
Yeah, I'm wondering,
Maybe.
How many of the old like British invasion stars do you think are wearing wigs?
Like who? Like
know.
Right now? You mean new guys?
Right now,
I don't know any.
as we speak.
The Oasis brothers? Yeah, sure. They're wearing wigs. I heard they got in a big fight recently.
Yeah, they broke up.
Darn the luck.
So,
Now's the time for me to unload all those collectibles I've been...
well, this
Right at the height.
this is what I'm wondering. But as like you're a Kiss fan, I think.
I'm sorry?
Maybe you're a Kiss fan, maybe.
Yeah, I like some of that stuff, sure.
But don't you support that kind of thing, that showbiz? I mean, what do you think of this like people would be offended if they found out about Noel or Liam's wig, you know?
They would be offended?
Well, don't you think?
I'm far more offended just by the music that they make.
You just appreciate the artifice of Kiss. Artifice.
Well, I like a couple of their records. I mean, I'm not super into it or anything.
Yeah.
I mean, we did some shows with them, and they were really nice to us.
Oh, they were?
Yeah, they were really nice
What
guys.
constitutes being nice?
They treated us well.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they treated us like human beings, which
yeah.
is odd in the rock world.
Yeah. Is it really?
Usually it's
I think
sub-human
most musicians I meet are pretty nice, though.
Yeah, by and large. You know?
Yeah. But at that
We've
level.
done a lot of situations where we're opening for other bands who are total assholes, though.
Do you want to name
They weren't one
names?
of them. Kiss was really nice. The funniest thing was, well, one of the funny things, but this was pretty funny. We were doing a show with them, and it was right when the Smashing Pumpkins keyboard player had overdosed, dead.
Yeah.
I think the day before or something.
Yeah.
Gene comes walking into our dressing room right before they play, full makeup, you know. How's it going? Walks in, hey, you know, towering. He's like, I heard that the Smashing Pumpkins keyboard player died. Hell, I didn't even know they had a keyboard player. And I heard he overdosed on heroin. How chic. Well, time for me to go make some money. 2 minutes later, ba-da-da-da-da. It's great.
Yeah.
You know? He was not taking it seriously.
Yeah.
At all, you know? It was great. I appreciate that kind of stuff. You know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not like I need time to get it together.
Yeah.
Before I go out and sing God of Thunder. God, whatever. You know, a lot of lower level rock star people like that kind of stuff. I need time to get it together, you know.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. Like, what's your pre-show ritual? You have none.
Drink coffee.
Yeah.
Drink coffee, sit. Think about it. That's it.
Isn't that getting it together, though? Isn't that kind of a...
I guess, but I mean, we come out of the punk rock world. You're lucky to even have anywhere to get it together. You know? You're on the parking lot getting it together. You know? Can we play? You know? No, not yet. You know? Okay. That's kind of it.
Well, I did want to, I don't know. Punk. Yeah, so you enjoy a lot of punk rock music.
That's what we came out of. That's pretty much what I think we base our band on. We've always described ourselves as heavy metal Captain Beefheart.
Oh,
That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Jesus Lizard played here last night, and David Yao told me something that was really good. He was like, when I have trouble with lyrics, I think, what would Captain Beefheart write? And then it's easy. It's like, yeah, exactly. What would Captain Beefheart do? You know?
Right now, you're playing with the two members of Big Business, Jared and Cody, and how does that change the creation when you're playing with different people, or is it always or is it just you and Dale, and then you teach the other people, or is it collaborative? Or?
No, I'm a believer in letting people play do what they do. You know? I believe that. I believe the songs are the songs, and then you can elaborate on that, whatever that may be. I'm not married to any of this stuff. We change things all the time. A lot of times I'll go back, I'll hear the record and go, oh shit, we're playing it totally wrong. Had I known, no, I probably wouldn't have changed it anyway. But I think Miles Davis did that as well. I think he liked to let his musicians play.
Yeah.
I really like that. Yeah. I love that. I trust these guys. They're really good players. I like to hear them play.
Yeah.
I enjoy listening to them play.
Would you ever want to play with a different kind of drummer, like a Charlie Watts type?
I don't trust the overhanded thing.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Probably. I don't know. I mean, it has never come up, you know?
Yeah. What about Ringo?
Oh, we always liked Ringo. Dale used to play Ringo's drum solo off of Abbey Road.
Oh, that's
and we thought everybody knew that. Nobody knew it. You know it. Yeah. He'd play it in our shows, and hardly ever anybody ever noticed. And it's like, oh, it's too bad. We like Ringo. Ringo's cool.
He's great.
Ringo will bury them all. That's what I think.
They say that the Beatles destroyed communism.
The Beatles?
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff like, oh, it was the Beatles' music that
destroyed communism. Destroyed communism.
Yeah.
That's an interesting way of looking at it.
So what do you think the Beatles video game is going to destroy?
I think he only did it because of his divorce. I'd imagine his kids were pretty pissed at him for pissing away all that money. You know?
Yeah.
To some one-legged woman. You mean to tell me you can't even afford a whole wife?
So
I don't believe it. I think you can afford anything you wanted.
You live in California.
Yeah, Los Angeles.
And now marijuana is legal there.
Oh, great.
Yeah, like, apparently somebody just got back from California and they told me California is a place that you go to buy marijuana now.
Wasn't it always? What's changed then? Yeah.
So is that good for guitar players, though, because they're going to focus?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, if there's one thing marijuana does, it makes you focus.
Yeah. Okay.
They focus on the TV, and then they focus on the refrigerator.
You're straight edge.
Yeah. I don't drink. It's better for everybody if I don't drink. You know why?
Why?
Because alcohol makes me violent.
What about violence?
Usually when somebody asks me, do you want to drink? Nah, alcohol makes me violent. Okay. That stops it right there. Then I won't offer you any of this other stuff either.
Yeah. What about
speed,
violence?
Forget it. You don't want me taking speed. No. I'll go outside and chew through trees like a beaver. You better believe it.
What about, I saw you play a show once, and there was some problem. I forget if it was a noise ordinance or a problem. It was in the suburbs of Washington, D.C.
Oh, I remember that
and
show.
you played really quiet,
Yeah,
and it was really good.
Yeah.
It was really good. And I thought to myself, the Melvins, have good songs that don't rely on volume. Do you ever think about playing very quietly?
Oh, we've done a lot of that, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, a wide variety of it, one way or another. We oftentimes learn songs quietly. You can hear things a little better.
Yeah.
And crank it up when you don't care anymore. You know?
Yeah. What about the term grunge? Didn't it really offend you when somebody made up this term? And
I made it up.
Oh, you made it up?
I wish. I made it up, and I was then instantly offended.
What about the way that's all been historicized? Is it weird? Living through history and watching history be misrepresented or whatever?
Yeah, but what are you going to do?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the truth's out there somewhere. I don't even know where it is.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I'm off the A-list. Way off the A-list.
Yeah.
I don't know what those people do. I have no idea.
Yeah.
And I don't hang out with Courtney Love. I mean,
no way.
No. I mean, even though the Hollywood Methadone Clinic has valet parking, I still don't go down there. And I don't know where else I would run into her. So, there you have it,
Yeah.
I'm not into the Hollywood vampire underground heroin crowd, believe it or not. It's not me. Or New York either.
Yeah.
Now, I've heard that New York in the past had there was a drug problem there. Is that true?
Does rock and roll lay waste to people like the way Hollywood seems to? Or the way, is stardom intrinsically bad for people?
Well, I think it's the drugs and alcohol that are intrinsically bad for these people, usually, I don't think it's the music itself does anything to them.
What about the attention, and then people don't have the attention, and, that's...
Well, there's plenty of drug addicts and alcoholics out there that get no attention. None at all. The vast majority of them. Whenever you hear people saying that they dropped from, the tour was canceled because of exhaustion, that's when you know the tour was canceled because of heroin, cocaine, or some sort of alcohol. Yeah. Because playing in a rock band isn't that hard to do. It's not hard to do. My dad worked outside for 35 years in the rain, that's hard to do. Real work is hard to do.
Yeah.
Playing guitar is not hard to do.
Yeah.
Playing guitar after you've been up for a week doing blow, now that's hard to do. Yeah, damn straight, Well, drink a half gallon of whiskey in 2 nights and do a bunch of blow, yeah, you're gonna have a hard time.
Rock and roll is not hard to do as long as you have time to get your thing together.
You have to get it together.
Well, listen.
Like I always say, what do you do to get ready? Meditate, masturbate, run around the block. Meditate, masturbate, run around the block. That's it.
That's Tina Turner, right?
Tina Turner?
That's what she says, that's her mantra.
Is that right before she got popped? Wham! I'll show you consciousness when I knock you unconscious.
Yeah. Well, I think...
Well, thanks for having me on here.
No, wait. Wait. I want to thank you for coming on. And wait. Oh, I want to urge everybody. I mean, you're already going to see the Melvins, but,
of course.
be there early.